start better. We only lost the second half by 2. They obviously came out and made some tough shots, but we didn't, have what we've been doing a lot lately with the force, physicality to make people miss shots. We made some execution on some of our coverages, and that kind of spiraled into like some tough runs. But great credit to the crew that came into the second half: Anthony Gill, Malachi, Will Riley, Jameer was with that group. Mixture of some other guys with that, but those guys came in and gave us a good spark, good fight, but too little too late on that.
I know you don't expect perfection, but was tonight a step backward considering the strides your team had made in the last couple of weeks?
No, I don't believe so. We've played pretty consistent basketball here since the middle of December. No one wants that stuff to happen. We have competitive guys in our locker room. We're looking forward to the response on Sunday.
Brian, in a situation like this, after that first quarter, when things kind of go left, how do you maintain the guys' composure, their focus, making sure that they don't, drop the heads and kind of just sulk the rest of the game, but continue to try to stack the habits the next 3 quarters, because there is something you can learn from this?
I thought we played the right way in the third quarter going into the fourth. Our passing got better. Obviously, we started turning them over, started getting out in transition. We started executing some of the things that we wanted to do well. So you always play throughout the game. You can build momentum in games like this that carry on to the next. You go to the very end and you keep fighting.
When you look at in real time, was it just that first quarter, the way that things started, that you can assess kind of where things went wrong and you can be happy with the way things went the next 3, or was there more throughout the game as well too?
I think the second quarter wasn't probably as great either. I liked our response in the second half. Like I said, we won the third quarter. We lost the second half by 2. But you got to start off with the way that we've been playing. Give the credit to those guys who came back and gave us some resilience there in the second half.
You did mention that 5-man group and the way that they were able to kind of right the ship a little bit, get back to you, the way you guys have been playing as of late, to Josh's point. What else did you see from them aside from the resiliency and the way that they were playing? What shifted for them that they were finding the solutions to some of the problems?
First of all, they got stops, and then they were the ones who really got into the paint, were kicking, penetrating, some hustle points on some offensive rebounds that you saw to kick out threes. All the stuff that we've been doing really well lately, it was just a continuation for that group. That was a good showing by them.
Brian, I believe that you called a pair of timeouts when you saw some things that you didn't like early in the fourth. Talk about together which quarter it is, but what are you trying to accomplish when you call those timeouts, given how wide the margin was in that game?
We keep coaching and teaching. We got a lot of lessons learned throughout that game. So some of those timeouts are about a shared standard that the group should be playing at, a quick thing that we need to make an adjustment at. We always go to the end, so we're going to coach to the end. I expect our players to play to the end, so nothing changes with that.
Coach, despite being down big in the third, your team closed the gap. They showed fight. What positives can you take away from the way they executed going from the third into the fourth?
Yeah, I always think you can build momentum in any game you're playing on. You can stack things that you think maybe that doesn't happen. It does. Like those things will carry over, and especially for that group that was out there, some great habits, right? Talking about pressure defense, turning people over, ball movement, sharing, our pace. That stuff can carry over, so it's good.
In addition, how exciting was that to see, you had a lot of injuries today, which is a part of the game, but to see that young group continue to fight despite the score.
Yeah, that's what I expect. That's what we've been doing, and the standard stays the same. That's what our group's been doing, like I said, for a very long time. I expect our guys, when they have an opportunity to step up, that they will, and they always have.
Josh? Anthony, what do you think is the lesson that that your team can take from tonight's game? Maybe there are more than one lesson.
I think the biggest thing we can learn is to stay neutral. Last night we had in our minds, a big win. We celebrated, and we thought we were on top for a little bit, and then we were quickly humbled today. We didn't come out the way that we should have. They jumped on us from the start. and we can never get it back. So just staying neutral. I know people say the cliche, never get too high, never get too low all the time, but for us as a young team, it's really important to be able to learn how to do that, to be able to learn how to win, to be able to learn how to lose. So that's probably it.
UBK talked about the second unit group in that third quarter that was able to kind of start to navigate the solutions to some of the problems you all were running into. You were part of that group as well too.
Mhm.
What were you guys seeing that was a little different that you were able to find the navigation points to get back into kind of what you guys have been doing as of late, the way you've been playing?
We just got rid of the fear, right? Like all of us, even myself, we go out there, you're playing the Lakers, playing LeBron James, and in your head, you know, they're all the way up here, right? And you have this expectation of who they are. When it comes down to it, they're just basketball players. So that group, we kind of put it aside. You know, we just went out there and we played as hard as we could. And again, going back to us having a young team, like these guys grew up watching LeBron and Luka play. And to be on the court with them now and in heated moments, they have to play through those, and they have to learn, and they have to grow, and this is just part of it right now.
I know you're not one to talk about yourself, but I have to ask, towards the end of the game, you had that very great contest on LeBron in transition. Just kind of walk me through that moment, just to rise up. Most people would have made a business decision, but you made one,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended up working in your favor with the coach's challenge as well too.
Yeah, my business is to do what's best for the Wizards, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do every single time. But imagine if he would have made it. Oh my goodness, that would have been all over the place, and it would have been pretty embarrassing. But the business decision was to do what's best for the team. I love to be an example for the young guys, and I never want them to shy away from anything, and I can't be that.
You've gotten some really nice run here the last few games. You're part of that stay ready group. It's who you are when it comes to being a professional, just making sure that you're ready no matter what. What has kind of shifted, and how have you seen the game growing with your team, both being on the sideline and now being in that real extended game action as well?
Yeah, I can tell you there's a huge difference in both of those scenarios, right? When I'm on the sideline watching the team, I can see the growth. And then now actually being on the court with them these last few games, I can feel the growth, right? And, in practice, it's just us playing against each other. You don't really know what that would look like against competition in a game. To figure out a way to learn from what we just went through. Again, we had a lot of fear coming into this game. We got over it, but trying to understand that we are a good team. We have good players. We have a lot of young talent on this team, and trying to get them to have the confidence and believe in themselves. For me, that's the biggest thing, is trying to get them to understand that.
Do you really believe that the team was fearful heading into this?
Oh, good.
I beg your pardon. Maybe in the first quarter, or is that? Are you trying to find the right words for just the team not being at its best early?
No, I think I used the right word, fear. We didn't come into the game with fear. Everybody had the expectation to win the game. That's what we come into every single game with. But as soon as they hit us in the mouth, as soon as they made a run, we had a little bit of the fear factor in us. So in order for us to, get over that, we had to stick in it. We had to stay in the fight. That fear quickly went away, and I was proud of the guys, and I was included in that run that we did, and that was a lot of fun. To be able to experience, another hurdle that we were getting over, which is the celebrity or star factor of playing a team like the Lakers.
So you had 10 rebounds in limited minutes. How much pride do you take in impacting the game through effort plays?
I just want the team to be as good or even better when I step on the court. I want the guys to have extreme confidence. So if they hit a shot, I'm going to be the one yelling at them, telling them, great shot. I believe in these guys. I think they're really talented young guys, and they're going to be very special. I want them to know that. I want them to feel confidence when they go on the court. That's my job, is to speak life into them, and that's what I'm just trying to do.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.